All right. Hey, Michael Gebben here, and I'm super excited to be with you on another Rockin' Wednesday. So today, we're gonna talk about getting better at something again. All right, so last week we talked about just that good old repetition, pounding it down over and over again, and you'll get better at something. Well, this week, I'm gonna go with the old adage, work smarter, not harder. So what I love is to always find kind of the shortcut to things in life now. I spend a lot of time plugging away at things on my own, just trying to figure it out and wasting lots of time and energy and money and not seeing my friends or family or anybody. And so finally I started, it was back in about 2008 actually, I was able to get a mentor, a coach to really help me accelerate things with my video production. And ever since then, that was the first year that I actually did 6 figures. I was in business for 2 years. The first year I did 6 figures. Just crushed it. And every year after that had grown. The thing about it is what I've learned and everything I want to do in life moving forward is I want to find that person in life who has been there, done that. So it can cut my learning curve in half because they've already made those mistakes. They've already done that. So no matter what you're doing in life, you guys can think about that. Who can I find? Who can I model who's been there, done that? So they can shorten my learning curve of my pounding it down, just doing it every day to get better, where they can tell you those little nuggets, those little things that can help make it go so much quicker and so much smoother and so much easier with all that headache and that frustration that we have every day. Well, I was actually talking to a buddy that I just met at an event recently named Mark, and I was talking about that idea that coaches need coaches. Let's say you're a coach out there even, let's just use that example, and you're thinking, well, how can I ask someone for help like I'm the person who gives that kind of advice, right? Well, the coaches need coaches aspect is that idea that we all need a second opinion because sometimes things are right here, right in front of us, and you can't see it, but somebody else can see it so much easier. Well, my buddy Mark gave the explanation of a brain surgeon cannot operate on his own brain. And oh my gosh, when he told me that, I just lit up because I was like, that is perfect. That is so perfect because I've always said coaches need coaches, you know, and the coaches, the best coaches out there still have somebody helping them, and it makes sense. But that true idea that even if you're the best of the best of the best brain surgeon on the planet, you still cannot operate on your own brain. So I want to think about that for 1 second. When you're out there, you're thinking, oh, you're so afraid to ask someone for help for something. Don't be afraid no matter who you are, no matter what level you're at. If you're at the top of your game or at the bottom of your game, whatever, it doesn't matter. We all can use someone else to help us out, because even if we're that person that gives help, even if we're that person, doing that type of stuff, the reality is even me, I always have someone to help me out, to coach me, to mentor me, anything that I'm wanting to do in life that helps me work smarter, not harder. And even though I'm still bulldog about it sometimes, I still try to plug away myself without that asking for help at times. As soon as I ask somebody for help, I'm like, why didn't I do that sooner? Because the reality is there'll always be somebody else that can see what you cannot see. See it much easier. But I always suggest when you're asking people's opinions or you're asking for help for something or you're trying to find a mentor or a coach or somebody out there to help you, always remember to find someone who is where you want to be and has done some form or fashion of what you want to do. Just because such and such over here runs a really, really successful big manufacturing business and has run this multi-million-dollar business, but you're wanting to get into photography or videography or be a writer or any of those types of creative professions, if you were to do any of that and you go to the guy who's just run some multi-million-dollar business, I'm not saying that that person can't help you, but if you wanted to be a New York Times best-selling author, going to ask the guy who's built some multi-million-dollar business on how to be a New York Times best-selling author, this guy will have some great advice, but I can guarantee he's not going to have the best tips to help you become a New York Times best-selling author. I learned that from Tim Ferriss himself, that idea, learn from someone who where you want to be, because then they'll have the answers that you're looking for that'll take that weight off your shoulders. You'll be super pumped. So that's really all I got today, guys. I'm super excited to be with you every single Wednesday. And be sure, if you're loving these videos, to check out all the other videos on the channel. Been doing it since September now. There's quite a load of videos up there, one every single week. And if you're enjoying this, be sure to subscribe, give it a thumbs up, and leave me a comment. What is that thing that you are trying to do that you need help with, and you're trying to look for that person, and have you done it yet? Have you reached out? Because there's plenty of ways to do that, read all this free information online. But to me, if you want to cut that learning curve in half, then find somebody, and it can be for free or paid. It just depends. People typically will take things more seriously when they're paying for it, but you can do it either way, and just don't be afraid to reach out. So rock and roll, guys. And I have a lot of things too that I can help you out with. I'm working on some courses and some different trainings actually right now. So I'd always be curious to see what things exactly I can help you out with. Specifically, we're going to probably be tailoring things to the creative professional, that person who's kind of stuck. And that's some of the stuff running through my mind that I'm working on. I would be super excited to hear your opinions on what you guys would love to see for me create in more of a kind of curriculum or some kind of actual training, kind of step by step of something that I can help you guys with. And that's all I got. So rock and roll. We'll see you guys next Wednesday. Take care. Thanks so much.